Head-to-head this week, a pair engineered in Asia, the Proton Persona 1.6 Xli alongside the Mitsubishi Charisma 1.6 GLX.
And pay attention, you jargon lovers. Both claim to be value-for-money packages designed to impact the upper-medium sector.
Bemused? Focus, if you can, on the early morning commuter traffic and you'll soon make sense of the marketing jargon. Mitsubishi and Proton have set their sights on the large and lucrative land occupied by Vectras, Mondeos and Lagunas.
Are you ready to break with established driving tradition and put one of these new names on your drive?
This Proton 5-door costs £12,350 and can be had with a choice of 4 engine sizes and as a 4-door saloon. Its origins are quite straightforward. It's built in Malaysia, although the early Protons were based on Mitsubishis made in Japan.
This is a Mitsubishi, but it's not built in Japan. It's made in Holland on the same line as the Volvo S40, which is of course Swedish.
And the gearbox for the Mitsubishi is supplied by Renault, which of course, despite my accent, is French.
Confusing, isn't it? But never mind. The price of a basic 1.6 GLX Charisma is £12,500 and it also comes as a 5-door or a 1.8.
Both these cars are almost £2,000 less than a 1.6 Mondeo. But are they value for money?
Cars at this price weren't built to electrify, but at least the Mitsubishi's easy to come to terms with. The seating's comfortable and the ride and steering perfectly adequate. Renault's done a very nice job with the gearbox, and the clutch, brakes and throttle feel as though they come from a more expensive car. The engine's willing and the whole combination makes it feel quicker than the claimed 0 to 60 of just under 12 seconds.
The Proton squeezes a few more horses out of its 16-valve engine and feels a little nippier than the Mitsubishi, although the ride is more harsh. And the clutch doesn't feel that smooth when pulling away from rest. Still, the power steering is as good as the Charisma's, and the Proton wins in the braking department. Discs all round and ABS as standard.
This particular Charisma also has ABS, but it's an extra. Yes, the basic car is £12,500 on the road, but add the full diamond option pack with electric sunroof, passenger airbag and the ABS, and your Mitsubishi will cost a serious £1,600 more, so be careful when comparing prices.
On the other hand, the Proton Persona is a perfect example of Eastern all-in pricing. You get what you see. The looks, well, you please yourself. The alloy wheels and the manual sunroof come as standard, but I think I'd prefer an electric mirror and 4 electric windows. One nice touch though is the height adjustable driver's seat, although overall I get the feeling that the Malaysian parts bin was put together in the bargain basement, especially when it comes to controls and switches. Oh!
The Charisma looks rather nice, but the side view is spoiled by this styling kit attached to the sills, which looks like an afterthought. Still, it does have 4 electric windows as standard and the electric mirrors, and the dash does a fair job of telling you you're in a more stylish car. But there's the problem with both the Mitsubishi and the Proton. Too many extras and not quite enough fundamental style.
Both manufacturers know how hard it is to persuade potential customers to try something new, so both cars have an excellent no-string 3-year warranty and claim to hold their value very well.
But watch out when it comes to insurance. Surprisingly, the Proton is typically Group 11, this Charisma a more friendly insurance Group 7. Whichever car you might prefer, you're more likely to see the Charisma on the road. Because it's built in the EC, Mitsubishi can just whiz them across the channel. But the Proton, coming in from Malaysia, has its numbers limited by import quotas.
It has to be said that some car names are unfortunate. The Proton doesn't have a powerful persona, and equally the Mitsubishi is lacking in charisma. But if budget is uppermost in your mind, then there's certainly 2 sensible cars worth looking at.